Prayagraj. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshuran Miritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Shyam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastete Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshware Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarvyascha Kipa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hi Krishna, so I'd like to welcome you all to this course, Nityananda Charitamrita. As Nityananda appearance is coming very soon, so Rupanuga Vidyapit been thinking to actually conduct this course on Nityananda Prabhu mostly. Today we're going to be speaking on the Adi Lila, Adi Kanda of Nityananda Charitamrita. As we know, in fact, without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, no one can actually attain Sri Shri Radha Krishna. As the ultimate goal of life is to attain Krishna Prem. So this is possible only by the mercy of Sadhu and Guru, right? So Sri Nityananda Prabhu is the sum total of all Guru. He is also Guru Tattva. All the individual Gurus are representation of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. As we know, Nityananda Prabhu alone possesses all the fraction of Guru. So he is the embodiment of all Gurus. Nityananda Prabhu is a servant God. There is servant God. Sevak Bhagwan. He's Sevak Bhagwan, we can say, because he serves Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu in servitude, in service mood. And he is also identical with Balaramji. We understand that he's Balaram also in Krishna Lila. So this is individual, all the individual soul that exists on this planet, they are under the direction of Nityananda Prabhu. They actually receive that service of Sri Gauranga, Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu is not a jiva. He's divine. He's not the jiva. He's the ultimate source of all the jiva, we can say. Nityananda Prabhu. Jiva is, all the jivas are potential Nityananda Prabhu. In fact, no jiva can be the medium of service to the Lord, to another jiva. So the absolute Lord himself, like Nityananda Prabhu, actually can communicate his service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Nityananda Prabhu does not directly, of course, there is also Srimati Radharani. Nityananda Prabhu does not directly instruct the confidential service to Krishna, of the confidential devotees. In fact, it is Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is a guru of the inner circle of the servant of Srimati Radharani. Uh, and Srimati Radharani, there is a connection also. Radharani and Nityananda Prabhu. What is the connection? Srimati Radharani accepts the offer of service only those who has been specially favored by Nityananda Prabhu, and who convey to him to be fit for the service of the Lord. So there is most relationship intimate between the faction of Nityananda Prabhu and also Srimati Radharani. And the Nitya Siddhas, those who are Nitya Siddhas, they are associate of Nityananda Prabhu. They are associate of Nityananda Prabhu. So, of course, Nityananda Prabhu here, he also manifests his appearance, and he appear in the company also of the Lord Krishna. There's no difference between Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they are the same original form of Godhead. Nityananda Prabhu especially and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who are Krishna and Balaram themselves, right? So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Das Kaviraj, he mentioned, so he mentioned that Krishna is enjoying himself in Golok Dham. Yes, is eternally enjoying himself in Golok Dham, Goloka Vrindavan, along with his unlimited associates. So then Balaram is a source of all spiritual and material manifestation. And all the Narayan expansion come from Nityananda Prabhu. Sorry, from Balaram. And Balaram also is a source of all incarnation in this material world. In fact, we say the pastime of Nityananda is very pleasing. We can say also in Kali Yuga is more pleasing than the pastime of Balaramji. Of course, Balaramji is famous for chastising the demons and killing many demons. And he was also ready to throw the Hastinapur city into the river, into the ocean, and also killing of Romaharshana. But in his form as Nityananda Prabhu, he is known as Akroda Paramananda. Nityananda Rai, Akroda Paramananda Nityananda Rai. He never gets angry. So this form of the Lord Nityananda is the most merciful form of the giver of Krishna Prema, Bhakti. And Chaitanya himself declared, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself declared that Nityananda Prabhu, those who develop love, affection, and respect for Nityananda Prabhu, they are developing love for me and affection for me. Even the demigods headed by Shiva, Balara, and Brahmaji, they offer respect to Nityananda Prabhu. And Mahaprabhu said, if somebody think ill of Nityananda Prabhu, blaspheming him, he must fall down. This is what Nityananda Mahaprabhu said. If anybody blaspheming Nityananda Prabhu, he must fall down. This is such a person actually professed to be a devotee of mine. He is not my devotee. So in this book, especially the Adi Kanda, we're going to be hearing about the birth of Nityananda Prabhu, his childhood pastime. Nityananda Prabhu is leaving home. Nityananda Prabhu traveling to the holy places, and his arrival in Navadvip, and also meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also his preaching to the holy names of the Lord by the order of Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and his pastime with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Nadia, and his presence also during Mahaprabhu's sannyas ceremony, and accompanying the Lord to Nilachal, return to Navadvip, and also his marriage and his distribution of love of Godhead, and the also disappearance from this world, right? So elaborately and properly described, in fact, in this book. We'll find out as we study this book. So from his childhood pastime, many childhood pastime of Nityananda Prabhu. And when Nityananda Prabhu appeared, when Nityananda Prabhu appeared on this planet, all the Radha days became all auspicious. All the famine, poverty, and other disease and distresses at once disappeared in Ekachakragram. In Ekachakragram, Nityananda Prabhu and his father, it was a Brahmana, was a Pandit, Adai Pandit, he was called Adai Pandit. And this Pandit, Adai Pandit, was qualified right. And yeah. So Nityananda Prabhu appeared in that family. It was very auspicious, especially on the 13th day of the waxing moon. This is months of Magha, right? January and February, the Lord Nityananda made his appearance in his family. So actually Nityananda Prabhu was eldest son in the family of Hadai Pandit. He had all the auspicious sign on body. So in front of everyone, he is filled with joy. And of course, but no one could recognize him because Nityananda Prabhu has concealed his real identity. But he was happily playing with his friends. In his boyhood, he was playing with his friend. So what happened that one night, they were playing, they were also conducting dramas. They would play the role of Vasudeva and Devaki. Another night, while everyone asleep, they made a jail cell enacting the pastimes of Krishna. They made one place like Gokula. That's a drama they were performing. Uh, so taking baby Krishna there and exchange with Mahamaya. Uh, and then one day they were playing the role of Putana, Sakatasura, lifting Govardhan Hill. Dinukasura, Vatsasura, Bakasura, all these demons they were playing Kuvalaya Pida, Chandur and Mustika for the wrestling match. And one time they were also, Nityananda Prabhu played the role of Vaman Dev, cheating Bali Maharaj and building the bridge to Lanka, playing the role of Lakshmana. Uh, so at one point what happened is before starting the role, he asked his friend, I was going to fall unconscious and you all surrounding me and cry. So after a while, so Hanuman he should go to get some medicine. Then I will be revived when he puts this medicine to my nose. But what happened when Nityananda Prabhu fell down? That devotee was supposed to ask Hanuman, forgot about it. He was crying. He was absorbed in crying. And Nityananda Prabhu was not getting up because someone was supposed to go and get the medicine and put to his nose, but that devotee forgot about it. But at the end, he realized, yes, Nityananda Prabhu instruction. And he went and acted as Hanuman and brought the medicine. And this is the way how Nityananda Prabhu came back. This is amazing because drama is performed. Why drama is performed? To remind us of Radha Krishna, of the Lord. And this drama actually started by the gopis when during the Raslila, Radha Krishna disappeared. They could not find, and they saw their footprints of 4 footprints. They understood that this must be Radha and Krishna. You know, that's why the meditation. And further, they see only 2 footprints of Krishna. And now they are thinking like maybe this is Radharani is tired, Krishna is holding her, carry her forward. So they were meditating the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. But at the end, they could not find this footprint, they could not find Radha Krishna. And they themselves start to enact the pastimes of Radha Krishna and Yasodhananda Maharaj. Why they were doing that? Just to remind, because the separation is so strong, just to remind them of Krishna and Radha and others also. That's why they were doing this drama, not to forget Radha Krishna. So this is what happened. So then this devotee acted as Hanuman immediately and brought the medicine. So in the early childhood pastime, Lord Nityananda was was most attractive. And when they would hold Nityananda, no one wanted to leave his lap, right? So everyone had more affection for Nityananda, Lord Nityananda, than for their own son. So, so what happened? Hadai Pandit, the father, would never go anywhere without Nityananda. Whether he goes to the field, whether for farming, or to the temple, to the market, anywhere. Hadai Pandit repeatedly would look back at Lord Nityananda so that Nityananda may not leave home. So the father Hadai Pandit embraced Nityananda again and again and again and again. And then he went out. And everywhere along with Nityananda Prabhu, the father Hadai Pandit, life and soul was Lord Nityananda. And even the body of Nityananda was body was Hadai Pandit, the father. So one day, one beautiful sannyasi, beautiful looking sannyasi came to Hadai Pandit's house. And Hadai Pandit knew how to receive the etiquette of receiving guests. So he welcomed the sannyasi and then happily feeding that sannyasi. So Nityananda and his father spent a whole night discussing topics of Lord Krishna with the sannyasi. Whole night they were talking about Krishna's pastime, Krishna's topic, right? So then in the early morning, that sannyasi was about to leave the place, to leave home, to go. He then spoke to Adai Pandit. I have one request from you. And Hadai Pandit replied, please tell me whatever you desire. And the sannyasi said, I wish to travel to the holy places, but I don't have a good Brahmana companion. Right? So why don't you give me your eldest son for a few days? He was asking that. Why don't you give me your eldest son for a few days? I will take care of him more than my life, more than my own life. And at the same time, he also will be able to visit the holy places. So Hadai Pandit, after hearing the words of that sannyasi, of that pure-hearted Brahmana, Hadai Pandit felt intense distress. He thought, this sannyasi had begged me for my life, for my son. And at the same time, if I refuse, I'll be, if I refuse, I'll be ruined. My life will be ruined. It is well known that in the past, many pious men became glorious by offering their sons to satisfy sannyasis. Even Lord Ramchandra was the life of the king Dasharatha, the holy, and Vishwamitra asked Dasharatha to give his son. So this is a injection of the Puranas. Puranas explain that although King Dasharatha was unable to live without Lord Ramachandra, still he offered his son, right, to the sage. And today the same thing is happening to me now. Is happening to me now. Oh Krishna, please protect me from this dilemma. He was in a big dilemma. And the same situation is here with me now. So why should not I have the same mind like Dashrath? And also Lakshmana also has appeared in my house. This is Nityananda Prabhu. So thinking like that, that Brahmana, Adai Pandit, and went to his wife and explained the situation in detail to his wife. Right? So, and then with his, of course, head bent and offered him his son. So like that. And the wife told him, do what you think is the best. Wife Padmavati is telling to Hadai Pandit, do what you think is the best. This is my opinion. This the mother is telling like that. And then Hadai Pandit, no option. He offered his son to that Brahmana with his head bent, of course, with great sadness. So then the sannyasi, taking Nityananda Prabhu with him, he left. He departed this way. This way, how Nityananda Prabhu left home. So as soon as Nityananda Prabhu left home, Hadai Pandit, the father, felt a great intense separation. He fell senseless to the ground. It's explained that even wood and stone melt when they would be hearing that lamentation of Hadai Pandit. So it is, of course, it is natural. Due to attachment, both Lord and his servants are unable to leave each other. Right? This is natural. When the Lord and his devotees, unable to leave each other. This is, in fact, inconceivable nature of the Lord and the Vaishnavas. We have so many stories like that in Bhagavatam. Lord Kapila became indifferent and left his mother. Right? Kapila Dev left home his widowed mother. And Sukadeva Goswami left his Vaishnava father, uh, Vyasadeva, without even looking back. Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the crest jewel, in fact, of all the sannyasis, was so detached that he left home, leaving his mother, Sachidevi. So, from the spiritual point of view, such living is not actually living, right? Such living home is not actual living, in fact. Intelligent people will actually can understand this. So because all his pastime are meant to deliver the fallen souls. Even when Mahaprabhu was going to take sannyas, he did not tell everybody. First person he told was Nityananda Prabhu. So these living are not actual living. So all these pastime are meant to deliver the fallen soul. But hearing such pastime melt even the stones. So then that Brahmana sannyasi, he took Nityananda Prabhu. He took him on a pilgrimage tour. He went to many, 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 many places. I said already that detachment is meant to deliver the conditioned soul. Mahaprabhu's case, Mahaprabhu also he took sannyas. The main goal of sannyas was for preaching purpose. But here, most merciful personality, Nityananda Prabhu, also living for a similar journey to actually deliver the conditioned soul. So first he went to Kasi, Gaya, went to the Ganges, took bath to Prayag, to Prayagraj. I'm actually here. To Mathura, to Vrindavan, to Govardhan, also darshan of Govardhan. And from there he went to, with that sannyas, he went to Dwarka, to the South India, Vishnu Kanchi, Shiva Kanchi, and then to Kurukshetra, and then after Kurukshetra to Ayodhya. These are the places where they actually went with Nityananda Prabhu to Gomati River, Gandaki River, Kaveri River, and then he went to Ranganath Temple in the south, Madurai, Kanyakumari, also to Badarik in the north. These are the places where Nityananda Prabhu went with the sannyasi Brahmana on a tour. Let's also explain that after that he also met, after some time, he also meeting with Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri, he met also Madhavendra Puri. And when Madhavendra Puri saw, when Nityananda Prabhu actually saw Madhavendra Puri, and he fell unconscious to the ground. He was in ecstasy, in ecstatic prema. Seeing Lord Nityananda, Madhavendra Puri forgot himself as well as fell unconscious. He also fell unconscious, Madhavendra Puri, when Madhavendra Puri is saying Nityananda Prabhu. He forgot himself and he also fell unconscious, right? So, in fact, Madhavendra Puri is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to say that Madhavendra Puri is original root. Madhavendra Puri is original root of worship in ecstatic love. Before this the worship was in one reverence. This worship of the Madhurya Bhav was not revealed until Madhavendra Puri appeared. So Madhavendra Puri appeared to reveal that kind of worship, right? Madhurya Bhav. I was not revealed before. All the worship was with in own reverence. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would say that, yes, Madhavendra Puri is the original root of the worship of ecstatic love. He's the one who came to reveal to the world. And you know, Madhavendra Puri, the story of Madhavendra Puri, how he was so exalted that one time, I mean, in his dream, three times the Lord came to his dream, right? He was dreaming and to go to get the sandalwood, Amorisa. And then there Kirishore Gopinath had Gopinath stolen the kir for him. You know that story, I'm not going to get into detail. So Madhavendra Puri, the Lord stole the kir for him, gave it to him. And Madhavendra Puri is such an exalted, humble devotee. As soon as that happened, he left that place. Why he left Remuna? Because people will going to glorify him because of that story. Many that has been spread all over. And they're all going to glorify him. So he did not want glorification. In fact, he just left the place because name, fame, glory is dangerous. All same story, right? So he left that place. People are going to glorify him. And then he went to Jagannath Puri. And when he went to Jagannath Puri, they were talking to him about this story that they have heard because the message has already spread even to Jagannath Puri. And he left the place immediately. Madhavendra Puri find that this is very dangerous to be glorification. So Madhavendra Puri is also a very exalted devotee. So and he's disciple Ishwar Puri, and Ishwar Puri disciple is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Ishwar Puri is a disciple of Madhavendra Puri, right? So Gauranga Mahaprabhu used to say that, and he had repeatedly said that Madhavendra Puri is the original root of worship in ecstatic love. So, and Nityananda Prabhu to thank, he said, all the places I have done still now has now borne the fruit. Uh, all the places he has gone to visit, all the holy places, now is bearing the fruit. What is the fruit he's talking about? He's able to have the darshan of Madhavendra Puri. That's the fruits. He's saying, today I have seen the lotus feet of Madhavendra Puri. Uh, and seeing the ecstatic emotion, ecstatic love in Madhavendra Puri, my life has become successful. This is what Nityananda Prabhu is saying. And many of the disciples of Madhavendra Puri felt so much love for Nityananda Prabhu. And they both were talking, Madhavendra Puri and Nityananda Prabhu, talking, and they forgot about night and days in absorption, in ecstatic emotion, ecstatic love. And this is what happened when one discusses Krishna Katha, right? Love of Godhead appears. And one forget about the external daytime. What is the time? What is the day? This is what happened to Nityananda Prabhu and also Madhavendra Puri. They too forgot whether it was day or night in the absorption of ecstatic love. And they stayed together for a number of years. Sorry, for a number of days, right? Uh, so And what they felt, that moment was just a period. That period has hardly a moment gone, right? So, so when the devotees heard about the name of Nityananda Prabhu, uh, that they will immediately attain the lotus feet of Krishna. Uh, so and and yeah, this is Lord Nityananda knew well, very well, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was living in Navadvip. He knew very well because he's also Supreme Lord. He knew well that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is living in Navadvip, uh, incognito, is there. And he was thinking of himself. I will go there and serve Gauranga Mahaprabhu, right? So when he manifests his opulence, he therefore did not go to Navadvip directly. He's saying that when Mahaprabhu will manifest his opulences, then I will go there to serve him, right? So Nityananda Prabhu did not go to Navadvip directly, but he remained in Mathura. He was remaining there, sporting in the water of the Yamuna and playing with the children in Vrindavan. So although Nityananda Prabhu is omnipotent, is Supreme Lord, he did not distribute devotional service to the Lord at that time. He did not distribute that. So when Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu manifests his opulences, then he will begin to distribute bhakti by the order of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Then he would do that. In fact, Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they appeared. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahadita Godadaye Puspavanta Chitra Sanda Tamonuda. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahadita. These two have appeared at the same time. Saha Udito. Udito. Saha. Saha means together. They've appeared. So sometimes Mahaprabhu is compared to be like the moon. Sometimes Nityananda Prabhu is compared to be like the moon. Sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is to be compared like the sun. Sometimes Nityananda Prabhu also will be compared like the sun. In fact, sun and moon, they don't appear together. Right? The sun and the moon, they do not appear together. But this time they are appearing together. Saha Udito. Godadaye. Godades. Chitra Sando Tamonudo, to dissipate darkness. We can say also like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna and Krishna is carrying the flute and Balram is carrying the plow. So flute and plow, they are two different instruments. They don't match. If we say pen and paper, it's matching. Pen and shirt, that is matching. Uh, Plate and spoon, they are matching. But the flute and the plow, they don't match very much. But yet the acharyas have explained how they match. Right? How both flute and the plow, they can match. It is said that when there is drought and the soil becomes so hard and it requires very, very strong plowing to plow the soil. And this is what is Balram doing. And removing the weeds also, the bad weeds, plowing the soil, very hard soil. Balramji is doing that because he's Adi Guru, right? Now we say, yeah, okay. So, and plowing the heart, and then when Krishna is playing on the flute, will enter the heart because the heart is clean, free from anarthas, right? So we have said also, like Nityananda Prabhu Prabhu is Adi Guru, or Balaramji is Adi Guru. So where do we see that Balaramji is acting like Guru? Which part of the pastime? We see that Balaramji is acting like Guru because he's Adi Guru. Of course, he's also Guru of Duryodhan, but that is not the reason. Of course, Balaramji, he is Sevak Bhagavan. Sevak Bhagavan is serving the Lord. And by serving the Lord, he's also teaching us how to serve. Balaramji is serving the Lord in all direction. His manifestation of Krishna's bed, Krishna's shoes, Krishna's instruments, Krishna's mukut, Krishna's dresses, they're all Balaram. So Balaramji is serving. And who can teach us? Who is the best person who can teach us how to serve the Lord? It is Gurudev. Right? Who can teach us how to serve the Lord? Who is the best person who can teach us how to serve the Lord? It is Guru, none other than Guru. So Balaramji is Adi Guru. In that way, he is actually also Adi Guru. So here, Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodira Godada Puspavanto Chitro Sando Tamonudo to dissipate the darkness, and both of them have appeared in this world, right? And so why Krishna, after Krishna appears, he appears actually as his devotee. The Lord come as a devotee. There are many references. Krishna Varnam Tasa Krishnam Sangopangasta Parshadam Yagay Sankirtana Praye Yajantihi Sumedasa, right? With his devotees, his weapon, very special. Not his sword. He did not appear with a sword, with his chakra, with his bow and arrow, but special astra. What is the astra? Is a prema, a love. Harinam Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So with this weapon in Krishna Prem, is Krishna Prem. So this love will destroy the demons. The Lord will destroy the demon in this age by, not by weapons, but by love. It will destroy the demoniac propensities. So always two demons come, right? Jai Vijay became two demons, Nakashpur and Naksha, Ravana and Kumakaran, Shishupal and Tavakra, and in Kali Yuga, Jagai Madai. So in other ages, they had to kill the demon. In other ages, they had to kill the demon. But in this age, Jagai Madai were given Krishna Prema. As we know, Krishna appears with special astra, the Sankirtan Yagya. So, yeah, they got the message, actually not in Vrindavan, but in Navadvip. So Nityananda Prabhu got the message that Mahaprabhu is in Navadvip, northern Vrindavan. So Nityananda Prabhu was thinking that, let me see if Gauranga Mahaprabhu is really Krishna. Wanted to take a test, right? He got the message that Mahaprabhu is in Navadvip. So he also came to Navadvip. And let me see if he is really Krishna. I will be hiding at Nandanacharya's house. So if he can find me, then I will recognize, right? So Nityananda Prabhu went to the house of Nandanacharya. He was a very exalted devotee, Nandanacharya. So he invited Nityananda Prabhu. and he was hiding there, right? But at the same time, what happened? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told the devotees, I have a dream. I had a dream last night, and I saw in my dream. What I saw in my dream, I saw a divine personality came, and he was riding on a chariot. He had a mace gada on his shoulder, and he was wearing blue dresses, right? It was Balaram himself, right? So Mahaprabhu is saying, he was asking why the house of the son of Sachimata. No, sorry. Yeah. Nityananda Prabhu was asking, please tell me. And now Mahaprabhu is saying, it seemed that a great personality has come. And he told a devotee to find out where is that personality. And Srivas Acharya was trying to find out. Haridas also, they were all trying to find out, but they could not find him. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is smiling, he called, oh, let us go to the house of Nandanacharya. And then they saw him there. They saw Nityananda Prabhu at the house of Nandanacharya. So then Nityananda Prabhu became so ecstatic, right? And then he called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu his brother, offering prayers and to try to touch the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu also trying to touch the feet of Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu told him, I have been looking for you. And then I got to know that you're here. And this was the first meeting between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. And they both started to chant a holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, in ecstatic emotion. So then, this is how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu telling Nityananda Prabhu, you go out and preach, give Krishna Prem to everybody. So Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas, they team up to go out and preach Krishna consciousness. So very, very merciful, Nityananda Prabhu. Explained that this song very nicely, Narottam Das Thakur, Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Susita. Nitai Pada Kamal, his lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu is Nitai Pada Kamala Koti, millions of Chandra, moon. Susitala, very cooling, like the moon, millions of moon. Jechaya Jagat Judaya, pacifying the whole world. Hena Nitai Bine Bhai. Hey Bhai. Without Nityananda's Prabhu's mercy, without Nityananda, Radha Krishna Paite Nai. No one can obtain the mercy of Radha and Krishna. Paite Nai. Right? Not able to obtain. So Drida Kori Dhara. Drida Kori Dhara. Please hold on to the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. That's what he's saying. Hold on to the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. So say Sambandha. Nahi jar Brita Janma Gelotar. So if you don't have relationship with Nityananda Prabhu, right? So it's not developed, then Brita Janma Gelotar. So it becomes useless. This birth becomes useless, spent uselessly without the connection with Balaramji. Say Pasu, say Pasu Bada Durachai. So then one is leading like a life of a wretched animal, antheme animal, right? So this is how it is said that Ahankar with ahankara, kikori betar. Someone with ahankar will say, who is that Nityananda? What can you do for me? So without a connection with Nityananda Prabhu, uh, it means that uh, asatyare satya kori mani, right? Satya kori mani, asatyare satya kori mani. Without accepting lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu, one will consider what is true to be untrue and what is untrue to be true, right? Because he's Adi Guru. Without connection with Nityananda Prabhu, no one can actually have the mercy of Radha Krishna. Uh, and here it is also mentioning that no connection with Nityananda Prabhu, one will consider the truth to be untrue and true to be true, right? So it's very, very important to have connection with Nityananda Prabhu. And he's saying, Murakara Sukhi, Bara Dukhi, I'm very Dukhi, I'm Dukhi and happy. Nitai, Murakara Sukhi, make me happy. Keep me, keep me, keep me. Rakha Ranga Charanera Pass. And keep me in the corner of your lotus feet. So this is how, in fact, Nityananda Narottam Das Thakur is glorifying. So, in fact, this book, and Chaitanya Nityananda Charit Amrita is composed. It's been composed just like Chaitanya Bhagavat. Yes. So were compiled, and this one is presently in Chaitanya Bhagavat about Lord Nityananda, but some additional information has been given in this book. So, and then there is also the glorification of Krishnadas Kaviraj, who also a great follower. I would like to tell one beautiful story about Nityananda Prabhu, which is not from this book, but it's very, very beautiful story. How Vrindavan Das Thakur is actually narrating that astonishing pastime. So there was one time, this is in Antyakanda, there was the leader of the gang who had been born, the leader of the gang who had been born in a family of Brahmana, but then he became Gunda. He became Gunda. He was rejected by the religious people because he was associating with wicked materialistic people. And he was also leading a sinful life of cheating, stealing, even murdering. And this is to show how Nityananda Prabhu, he was delivering even the most wretched person, most fallen, I have just said, Jagai Madai. But there are others also who wanted to run away, did not want to be delivered. But then Nityananda Prabhu was trying to find some means how I should deliver these people, this kind of people, right? Jagai and Madai were delivered, but others also, the Brahmanas who became Gundas. So how should I deliver these people, the thieves, the chore? How I'm going to deliver them? Uh, so, but that Gunda also was living in the same area. Lord Nityananda was residing at that time at the house of Hiranya Pandit. Hiranya Pandit was a poor person, but his heart was rich with pure love of Godhead. But Nityananda Prabhu, he would appreciate that kind of association, this kind of company, because that he left his other associate to stay in the Hiranya Pandit's house. Uh, so this like uh, one day what happened, that chore, the thief, the thief spied Nityananda Prabhu near the house of Hiranya Pandit house. They spied him. They saw that the Nityananda Prabhu was wearing golden bracelets, armlets, and earrings, and is setting with pearls. Without knowing, that was a trick by Nityananda Prabhu. He's wearing like this just to catch them, just like a fisherman is fishing. He's putting the bet on the hook. The bet for enjoyment is there. The worms, the food, to attract the fish without knowing that they would be caught. So here Nityananda Prabhu is doing the same thing. He was wearing golden bracelets, armlets, earrings set with pearls. So then, yeah, they were enchanted. The thieves were enchanted by the dazzling splendor of the. They were craving for their wealth of the Lord. So they followed Nityananda Prabhu to ascertain his place where he's residing. And then they informed the leader of the Gunda, where is Nityananda Prabhu residing. So one of them said, the leader said, he announced to his friend, oh, the days of suffering is gone now. Now we're going to find our treasure. We're not going to be suffering anymore. Poverty will be gone. I have seen the most valuable jewels in one place, in the body of Nityananda Prabhu, and he's staying alone in the house of Hiranya Pandit. So tonight let us go there and rob everything from him. And they were equipped with daggers and swords and tridents. And the thieves gathered near Hiranya Pandit's house that evening. Of course, they were blinded by desires, by materialistic ambition. Their mind was overpowered by this greed because of their demoniac mentality. They did not consider Nityananda Prabhu's true identity as a supreme Godhead. So they considered him to be like an ordinary person here. And they were constantly thinking, how are we going to conquer that wealth from him? And they were camping. They were camping near the house of Hiranya Pandit. And they sent one spy to investigate of the possibility of the plan. And then they returned, one of them returned, and they saw that Nityananda Prabhu was taking prasadam. Nityananda Prabhu was taking prasadam with his associate. They were still awake. No one could understand Nityananda Prabhu's pastime. And the devotees with Nityananda Prabhu, they were engaged in Sankirtan, chanting of the holy name, right? So they were deeply in ecstasy. They were shivering, they were crying, they were rolling on the ground, standing up, bodily hair would stand up. And the spy could see all these activities. And they were thinking that's the moment of sun gratification. Could not understand that. And the thief, they decided to wait for some time, some hours, few hours. And they would approach the house later when they presume that the Lord would be asleep. So in the meantime, they dream of the wealth, expected to attain such different ornaments as his own. Some say, no, I'm going to get this. This will be for me. That will be for me. And what happened at the same time, Lord Nityananda, being God, is fully endowed with spiritual strength, bal, because he's the first expansion of Krishna. And he has the potential of Krishna. And he understood all the mindsets of the thieves, sinful intention. So through his mystic power, he caused them to fall asleep, deep asleep, and they slept deeply through the night. So when they were awakened, suddenly the awakening by crows and birds, and the sun was already up. I mean, 9 or 10 o'clock, right? So they were squawking. So the thieves returned to their home and then quarrel, each accusing of each other. You sleep, you were sleeping. And the other ones, you also were sleeping. It's not my fault. And then the leader pacified them. And they decided they have to go to the goddess Durga to pray because he's control of the material nature. Maybe Durga has been bewildered by them because of neglected to worship Durga, right? So then they offered meat and wine and then to Durga, and then again set to rob Nityananda Prabhu, not knowing that Mother Durga is merely an agent of Nityananda Prabhu, of God, right? So when the thieves approached the house where Nityananda Prabhu was staying, what they saw big, giant soldiers, fearful, fierce giant soldiers, going in 4 directions. And they were loudly chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So the thieves observed that each soldiers, oh my God, they had many weapons, very powerful, enough to kill hundreds of people in one moment, right? So they were mystified and they quickly left the place and they sat down somewhere else together to discuss the strange thing that they have seen and where these giant soldiers have come from. And they were wondering. Uh, and then they were thinking that, okay, maybe Nityananda Prabhu has brought them for his protection because he's intelligent. So then they were determining there must be also the entourage of the government official to protect him. But they decided to wait for a while. After 10 days, the thieves gathered together for the 3rd time and carrying 5 or 10 weapons with them. So as soon as they approached the house of the Pandit, Hiranya Pandit, they all went blinded. So when one considered that they were already spiritually blind, now they all become blinded. They fell into various places and start crying in fear and agony. Some of them fell into the ditch and were beaten by mosquitoes and bees and leeches. Others fell into the heap of garbage and were stung by scorpions. Others fell into thorns, piercing their bodies. They could not move. And while others fell into holes and broke their limbs. Right? So, and Indra also, there was a fierce storm, heavy rain, lightning, sharp hailstorm. And they were severed with extreme cold at that time. But Indra is an agent also of the Lord, definitely. And he realized that the thief has come to rob Nityananda Prabhu. So to punish them out of anger, he's throwing water, rain, right? But then what happened? Suddenly there was a big change of heart. The leader of the thieves experiencing a change of heart. He understood that Nityananda Prabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he regretted his plan to harm Nityananda Prabhu. He prayed for forgiveness. And he took complete shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. And now the thief, the leader, is saying, who can actually protect me? Where should I go and take shelter? There was a big transformation. He prayed for forgiveness. and took complete shelter of the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. Uh, who can protect me from such a great danger? He was saying. I have no other shelter except Nityananda Prabhu. And then that big thief, he declared that his only desire was to become a servant of Nityananda Prabhu. Whether I live or I die, my desire is to become the servant of Nityananda Prabhu. So we can see here how Nityananda Prabhu is trying to catch them, find ways how to deliver people. Now he found some ways how to deliver the big thieves, right? He already delivered Jagai Madai. So, of course, Nityananda Prabhu was a renunciant, there was no question of wearing costly jewelry, right? But this is a trick. So then the head of the thief returned to Hiranya Pandit's house. When he saw the glorious form of Nityananda Prabhu, he cried out to the Lord for protection. And then he fell to the feet of Nityananda Prabhu. Jai Nityananda Prabhu ki. So here, just because Nityananda Prabhu had blessed him with ecstatic love of God, and then the hair on his body stood on end and started to laugh and cried and roll on the ground. He was unable to speak. So when he came back to his external consciousness, and then he actually revealed, he confessed to Nityananda Prabhu what he was going to do when he came to external consciousness. He was planning to actually rob Nityananda Prabhu. So then he actually marveled. He marveled Mahaprabhu's mercy. How the Lord actually had delivered all the thieves from their suffering, and then acknowledged that the real benefit of remembering the Lord was not relief from physical pain, but liberation from materialistic mentality. So this is how Lord Nityananda blessed the thieves and promised. He asked him to promise to nullify all his sin. Nityananda Prabhu promised to nullify, to get rid of all his sin if he agreed to renounce all sinful activities from then onward. So this is Nityananda Prabhu. Blessed the thief and promised to nullify all his sin if he agreed to renounce all sinful activities onward. And then Nityananda Prabhu, in fact, here, he also commanded the thief. He commanded that thieves of the Gunda to preach among the criminals. Now Nityananda Prabhu is asking him to go and preach. To preach to the criminals, because he's a Gunda, he's a thief, the chief of the gangs. So Nityananda Prabhu asked him to go and preach to the criminals, showing them the path of Krishna consciousness. And then what happened? Lord Nityananda Prabhu gave his own. He gave his own flower garland to the thief. His own garland to the thief, and placed his lotus feet on the thief's head. And then he was pacified. The thief was pacified of all his sinful reaction, and then he was empowered. He also empowered other criminals to take up to Krishna consciousness. This is what he did. So this is how, by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, the chief gang and all the others, they became intoxicated with pure love of God. This is how Nityananda Prabhu delivered the people, finding some ways how to deliver them. So So here we see that how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also, who wrote to writing Chaitanya Charitamrita, he also praising Nityananda Prabhu's great compassion toward the fallen. How Nityananda Prabhu, Krishnadas Kaviraj, describing the compassionate nature of Nityananda Prabhu toward the fallen soul. He's saying, who in this world could show such kind of mercy to such an abominable person as me? Now Krishnadas Kaviraj is telling about himself. Who can show mercy as to an abominable person like myself? So he's doing that because Nityananda Prabhu is intoxicated with ecstatic love, because he's an incarnation of mercy, because he does not distinguish between good and bad. He delivers everyone, all those who fall down from before him. Everyone, anyone who fall down before him is just blessed. So he will deliver this kind of fallen, sinful people as me. He's saying he delivers people as me. So the pastime with the thieves, actually with the thieves here demonstrate Nityananda Prabhu's inconceivable compassion and his readiness to deliver the most fallen, sinful soul. So although these thieves, their original intention was to harm Nityananda Prabhu, the intention was to harm Nityananda Prabhu, right? But Nityananda Prabhu accepted them as soon as the leader surrendered. Very magnanimous. So they were greedy for wealth, right? They were greedy for wealth. So, but that wealth of the wealth that was in the body of Mahaprabhu has transformed their life. They were greedy for material wealth, but it's better that wealth on the body of Nityananda Prabhu actually transformed them, right? It was a critical turning point, right? So they surrendered unto Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. So, but he regretted his attempt to plunder the wealth, decided his own only recourse was to take shelter of the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu. And this proved the necessity of to surrender to a spiritual master who represent the Lord's. So we can say that by following this example, the thief example, to surrender to Lord Nityananda, we can get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and thus easily gain the most elevated spiritual treasure. What is a spiritual treasure? Love of God. So Vrindavan Das Thakur also explained that the shelter of the Supreme Lord was not easily obtained. The shelter of the Lord not easily obtained in other incarnation. But Nityananda Prabhu always induced everyone to surrender to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one can actually approach Krishna through the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, and we must approach Lord Chaitanya through the mercy of Lord Nityananda. I repeat again. One must approach Krishna through the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And one must approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through even more merciful form of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. It's a very beautiful quote also. The diamonds, it's explained, this is a very nice quote, I would like to quote that. The diamonds in the goldsmiths or the gold at the goldsmith can only increase our materialistic desire and greed. The diamonds and the gold at the goldsmith can only increase our materialistic desire and greed. But Nityananda Prabhu's enchanting jewelry offers us the true bliss. Right? I repeat again. The diamonds and the gold at the goldsmiths can only increase our materialistic desire and greed. But Nityananda Prabhu's enchanting jewelry offers the actual hope that is true, everlasting bliss. See how these gangs, they have approached Mahaprabhu for his jewelry, but they have attained, instead they have achieved love of Godhead. But material gold and diamond, they can only increase our materialistic desire and greed. But Nityananda Prabhu jewelry offers the actual hope and the everlasting bliss. Are we ready for that? So we can say glories to Lord Nityananda Prabhu, by whose mercy. This is now Krishnadas Kaviraj is saying, I can only glories to Nityananda Prabhu, who has offered me to attain the shelter of the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. Right? So by the mercy of Sanatana Goswami, I have learned the final conclusion of devotional service. Krishnadas Kaviraj is saying, by the mercy of Rupa Goswami, I have tasted the highest nectar of devotional service. Jai Jai Nityananda Charana Aravinda. So he's saying that by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, I have attained Radha Krishna and Govinda, Radha Govinda. He's saying, Jagai Madai Haite Muni, say Papista. I am more sinful, Papista. I am more sinful than Jagai Madai, and even lower than a worm in a stool. And this is Krishnadas Kaviraj saying, are more degraded, more sinful than Jagai Madai, and even lower than a worm in a stool. Krishnadas Kaviraj is saying. And he's saying, Mora nama sune yehi tara punyak shai. Mora nama sune yehi tara punyak shai. Anyone who actually hear my name, he will lose all his pious activities. Krishnadas Kaviraj. Mora nama laya yehi tara papa hai. Anyone who will call my name, he will go to hell. He'll become sinful. Krishnadas Kaviraj is saying. But who is this Nityananda Prabhu? I'm such a sinful person. But Nityananda Prabhu has shown his mercy towards such an abominable person like me. I'm so sinful, but he has shown his mercy towards me. Preme Mata Nityananda Kripa Avatar. He's a Kripa Avatar. Preme Mata means intoxicated by ecstatic love. Is an incarnation of mercy. He does not distinguish between good and bad. He delivers those who have come to me, therefore he has delivered sinful people as me also. I'm most sinful, I'm most fallen. So although I'm sinful and fallen, he has conferred upon me the lotus feet of Rupa Goswami and also the mercy of Sanatana Goswami. So Krishnadas Kaviraj, he wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita. He was writing, but he was asking for mercy. How we can wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now he's glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. He's a follower of Nityananda Prabhu. Right? So, yes, Nityananda Prabhu, I mean, Mahaprabhu is most merciful, definitely. But Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu also has shown how uh, that Mahaprabhu's mercy works on the most fallen and wretched soul. He wanted to prove that. In fact, to get the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, to get the mercy of Mahaprabhu, one has to be fallen. That's a qualification, most fallen soul. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Daya Karo More, Toma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagat Samsare. Patita Pavana Hetu, Tavatar, Musamo Patita Prabhu Napaye Bihar. You incarnation of mercy, and I'm the most fallen. And if you try to find anyone most fallen, I'm the most fallen. So my claim is first. Aha Prabhu Nityananda, Premananda Sukhi, Amit Boros Dukhi. So I'm Dukhi, so make me Sukhi. So only Nityananda Prabhu can do that. And Nityananda Prabhu has been also asked to preach Krishna consciousness. So he was preaching, Kyare deke tare kaho, Sri Krishna Padesh. And Suno Suno Haridas, Suno Nityananda Prabhu, Ghar Ghar, Yet Ghar Ghar Gya Karo, Prati Prati Ghar Ghar Gya Karo, you go door to door and preach Krishna consciousness, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna Shiksha. And when Mahaprabhu was going, he was chanting, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Loho Krishna Nam, Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. Right? So please, he would go door to door and asking people to chant the holy name. He was begging, even though he was hit by Jagai Madai. So you have hit me, no problem. But please take the holy name. So he would go. This prove that is proving that even Mahaprabhu's mercy works even to the most wretched fallen soul as Jagai and Madai. He wanted to prove that. Another time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was, this will come. He broke actually the Nityananda Prabhu broke the danda of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Breaking the danda. And Mahaprabhu was very upset about it. And when Mahaprabhu came from the taking his bath, he came out and he asked his servant, where's my danda? And servant said, no, I don't know. Nityananda Prabhu, it's broken. Nityananda Prabhu saying it's broken. And Mahaprabhu came to Nityananda Prabhu and asking, why? Why? Why did you break my danda? You're supposed to be protecting me. I'm a sannyasi. And Nityananda Prabhu said, yeah, I know you were dancing ecstasy. You were dancing and jumping, and I was holding behind you the danda, and you fell on me. So we both fell onto the danda. So we both fell onto the danda, and the danda was broken. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not believe that. He said, no. Became very, very upset. He said, either you go forward, I'll follow, or I follow, go first, and you follow back. I don't want to come with you. And they asked, Nityananda Prabhu told Mahaprabhu, you go ahead. And then Mahaprabhu came to one temple of Lord Shiva. He was there, still angry. And Nityananda Prabhu came to pacify him. Nityananda Prabhu said, my dear Lord, okay, whatever you want to do, whatever punishment you want to give me, I will accept. Any order, any punishment you'll give me, I will accept. Whatever you want to do with me, punishment. Then at that moment, there was a transformation. There was a change in the heart of Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Nityananda, how can I punish you? How can I torture you? How can I give you punishment? You have done so much for me. You have served me. You have done so much. Very, very para upakar, the highest welfare activity that you have done. How can I punish you? How can I beat you? How can I punish you for that? You have done so much. There's no one in this world who has actually done as much as you have done for me. So Mahaprabhu is glorifying Nityananda Prabhu for what he has done. I mean, the the most greatest welfare activity started by Nityananda Prabhu, preaching Krishna consciousness, giving people Krishna prema, distributing the holy name. Bolo Krishna, Bhojo Krishna, Loho Krishna Nam. Bhojo Krishna, Bolo Krishna, Bhojo Krishna, Loho Krishna Nam. Bhakti Thakur in his Chaitanya Charitamrita explained that Bolo Krishna, Bhojo Krishna, Loho Krishna Nam means Sammanna Gyan, Abhidya Gyan, and Prayojana Gyan. These 3 points are there. And that's Nityananda Prabhu is saying. Bolo Krishna, Bhojo Krishna, Loho Krishna. Now, all the Gyan, Sammanna Gyan, Abhidya Gyan, and Prayojana Gyan. Explained by. It's all compact into these 3 points, 3 words. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Loho Krishna. So very, very, very exalted Nityananda Prabhu, who actually delivered the fallen soul, more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also propagating Krishna consciousness and finding many ways how to deliver the conditioned soul. And serving the Lord, I said already in the beginning, he is Bhagwan, Sevak Bhagwan. So in that way, he's a spiritual master. Is because there's no one better than a spiritual master who can actually explain how to serve the Lord. And Nityananda Prabhu himself, as Balaram, also been serving the Lord in many, many ways. Many, many ways. So, as explained also, there is a bird. There is a bird that drinks water when the rain falls, not on the ground, but when the rain is falling, drinking the water there. So that bird is associating with the cloud and drinking that water, that nectar, that amritam. So in the same way, Balaram also is associating with the cloud, with the blackest cloud, Ghanasham. Is associating with Ghanasham, is associating with the cloud, Krishna, Ghanasham, and drinking the nectar of Krishna consciousness. Right? By serving in different ways, different forms, different rasa. So they all together always come. One day, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito, they appeared at the same time as the sun and the moon to dissipate the darkness of this world by propagating the holy name, the Sankirtan Yagya. Yagya Sankirtana Praye Yajanti Zumedasa. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Say Nityananda Ram ki, Nityananda Prabhu ki, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Maharaj, for wonderful class, wonderful session, and it was really enlightening and hearing so much from you for the Nityanand Prabhu and Nityanand Triyodasi is coming and you are in Prayag. So, dear devotees, Maharaj, if you allow, can we take 2 or 3 questions if students have, maybe if they have.
Yes, yes.
So if you have any question for Nityanand Prabhu, you can raise hand and Maharaj will answer. I think you understand and you listen class nicely. No question?
You can raise hand. Anybody want to raise hand? You can also raise their hand.
Okay. Okay, if we don't have any question, then can we wind up this session, Maharaj, if you permit?
Yes, yes, please.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you, dear students, participant. One more thing, this is the first day, and Maharaj, conclude the Adi Lila. We have second and third day also, where we will, listen about the Madhya Lila and Ant Lila. So I request you all, you have registered, Nityanand Triyodasi is coming. Please join this session tomorrow and day after tomorrow also. Wishing you all the best. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai Baba.